It's Sanjiv Puri, Chairman Managing Director, ITC at the AGM. Let's take it across.
Demonstrated resilience, reporting robust growth, while simultaneously unshackling its latent potential towards realizing the vision of Amritkal. Corporates have both an economic and a social purpose. Hence, the pathway to future progress necessitates business strategies that not only address such uncertainties, but also the underlying fault lines of social inequity and environmental threats. This realization led your company to embrace a paradigm of responsible competitiveness that combines agile competitiveness with environmental sustainability and livelihood generation. As I had articulated in my earlier address, the ITC Next strategy seeks to architect the next horizon of competitiveness, growth, and profitability in the face of global uncertainties. The agility displayed, particularly over the last 2 years, attests to the robustness of the ITC Next strategy and stands testimony to the exceptional perseverance displayed by your company's dedicated employees. Your company remains committed to making the right strategic choices and adapting to changing macroeconomic circumstances. In this annual address, I'd like to present to you the contours of the transformation being orchestrated to build a future-ready enterprise. Over the last few years, your company has traversed a remarkable journey of transformation across each of the multiple drivers of growth. During FY23, ITC's gross revenue was up by nearly 18% and EBITDA by over 26%. Non-cigarette EBITDA grew by over 43%, reflecting robust performance across all businesses. Your company's non-cigarette businesses today account for 67% of revenue and 28% of segment EBITDA. During the period FY17 to FY23, the turnover of FMCG others grew by 1.8x, while segment EBITDA margins expanded by 770 basis points. Exports earnings since FY17 crossed $5 billion, of which agri products account for more than 60%, thus effectively linking Indian farmer to global markets. Your company's world-class FMCG brands, paperboards, packaging, agri products are now being exported to over 100 countries. You'll be happy to know that this year your company commissioned 5 state-of-the-art factories and 1 iconic hotel. Reflecting our optimism in India's growth story, ITC is making investments in 4 more facilities. ITC continues its stellar contribution to environmental and social capital as we complete 20 years of sustainability reporting. You will draw immense pride that 12 of your company's hotels and the data center ITC Sankhya became the first in the world to be certified LEED Zero Carbon, with 2 hotels also receiving the LEED Zero Water distinction. ITC's businesses and value chains today support over 6 million livelihoods. The footprint of your company's CSR project spans 300 districts in 27 states and union territories and reach it out to over 7.5 million people, of which nearly 5 million are women. Several more milestones in sustainability performance have been crossed, which I will detail in a subsequent section. Your company has taken decisive steps to transform into a future tech, climate positive, innovative, and inclusive enterprise. We recognize that this journey will be traversed in an era of unprecedented uncertainties, making it mission critical to be extremely agile, consumer-centric, competitive, and resilient. The ITC Next strategy seeks to energize this transformation with multiple interventions. Your company's businesses continue to build on their future-ready portfolio of differentiated high-quality products and services to address evolving needs of customers and consumers. New vectors of the growth are being nurtured at the convergence of mega trends in digital and sustainability, harnessing ITC's enterprise strengths. ITC Mars, sustainable packaging, food tech are vectors born out of this approach. Food tech synergizes your company's strengths in foods, hotels, and digital. Having established the product market fit successfully in Bangalore with 3 brands, ITC MasterChef Creations, ITC Ashirwad Soul Creations, and ITC Sunfeast Baked Creations delivered through 19 kitchens, we are now gearing up to take the offerings to other cities. I will touch upon the other vectors later in this address. Structural competitiveness is being strengthened through focused investments in establishing market-aligned innovation platforms, an agile, resilient, and efficient supply chain, a digital-first culture, and smart operations across businesses. Institutional synergies are being consciously nurtured to create new levers of unique competitive advantage. Besides physical and digital infrastructure, your company continues to invest in creating intellectual capital through cutting-edge R&D and proprietary intellectual property, also manifest in ITC's world-class brands. In today's context, it is evident that any strategy which is devoid of addressing the growing societal challenges will be outdated, irrelevant, and bound to be short-lived. It is for this reason that ITC has made sustainable and inclusive growth the bedrock of corporate strategy. Crafting innovative business models that work towards building economic, environmental, and social capital as a unified approach. These multi-pronged strategic initiatives are designed to fortify mature businesses that are leaders in their segments and also lend strong wings to newer businesses as they move towards achieving the pole position in their respective categories. Let me now take this opportunity to discuss the progress made in each of our businesses towards the promising future. FMCG represents an area of immense potential given the expected growth in per capita income, increasing consumer preference for trusted brands and value-added products, as well as accelerating digitalization. In this context, Indian brands that are globally competitive can foster substantial value retention in the domestic economy by creating robust supply chains within the country. This opportunity to contribute meaningfully to a Vikshit Bharat inspires your company to build its FMCG businesses at scale, powered by world-class brands that cater to evolving consumer aspirations. The ITC Next strategy of your company's FMCG businesses has redefined the critical pathways to growth and profitability by building a future-ready portfolio focused on fortifying and scaling mega brands, leveraging these brands to address value-added adjacencies, and crafting categories of the future. Innovation, brand investments, reach, and digitalization are driving premiumization as well as penetration-led growth. In a relatively short span of time, your company has built a portfolio of 25 plus vibrant brands in the FMCG businesses that represents an annual consumer spend of 29,000 crores. It is a source of immense satisfaction that two of our flagship brands are already in the league of over rupees 5,000 crores, while 5 more brands have touched spends between 1,000 and 4,000 crores. More importantly, these brands anchor competitive domestic value chains that foster large-scale livelihoods as well as local entrepreneurship. Over the past 3 years, nearly 300 new products were launched, including several premium products, leveraging the innovation capacity of ITC's Life Sciences and Technology Center. Some recent examples include Sunfeast Dark Fantasy Desserts, Engage Lamant, Classmate Interactive Notebooks, and so on. Mega brands are also addressing adjacencies such as Ashirwad range of frozen breads, vermicelli, fresh paneer slices, and Sunfeast Dark Fantasy milkshakes. In line with the strong need for healthy, good-for-you products, your company launched the Help India Eat Better initiative a couple of years ago that focuses on affordable, accessible, and planet-friendly nutrition. Furthering this initiative, your company recently launched the ITC Mission Millets program. This mission, founded on a 3-pillar model that encompasses the development of a good-for-you portfolio, implementation of sustainable farming, and enhancing consumer awareness. Together with supporting FPOs in the millet value chain, 2 PPP projects have been implemented in Maharashtra and Andhra Pradesh in partnership with Indian Institute of Millets Research. An extensive portfolio is being rolled out for every meal occasion, age, and format. In this context, your company also invested in Yoga Bar that has a portfolio of premium products, including millet-based offerings catering to health-conscious consumers. Your company believes that brands must serve a larger societal purpose and leverage the substantial market interventions to positively influence social change. This belief drives our efforts to build purposeless brands. Several of your company's brands lead purposeful initiatives in areas that can make a meaningful difference. The Mangaldeep brand is empaneled visually impaired persons as fragrance testers, fostering a life of dignity and hope. Fiamma espouses the cause of addressing mental health issues. Vival champions women's empowerment. The Savlon Swasth India program, which orchestrates hygiene behavior, has covered over 8,000 schools, reaching out to over 2 million students. Classmate All-Rounder program aims at holistic skill development, covering over 300,000 school students. EP's Terra program upcycles post-consumer plastic wrapper waste into attractive laptop sleeves, tote bags, and so on. ITC's vision to be a future tech company is powered by Mission DigiArc, a next-generation smart digital architecture. The DigiArc today encompasses 200 factories, 50 warehouses, nearly 3,000 distributors, and 2.6 million retailers, driving real-time data-led intelligence across the extended enterprise. Embedded with cutting-edge technologies in AI, ML, together with Center of Excellences in Industry 4.0, advanced analytics and data sciences, as well as the Sixth Sense Marketing Command Center, DigiArc empowers mainstreaming of the digital-first culture to create new sources of competitive advantage. Over 25 projects contributed to transforming all facets of our operations, ranging from insighting to product development, smart sourcing to on-time efficient delivery in markets, and superior brand engagement and marketing through real-time content, connect, and commerce. The digital native Gen Z talent pool of your company is at the forefront of this transformation. Your company's trade marketing and distribution highway has transformed into a smart omni-channel network, including 6 D2C platforms. This network leverages proprietary algorithms for sharp targeting markets, geo-wide spacing, and enhancing responsiveness and efficiencies. Today, nearly 600,000 retailers are digitally connected through Unnati B2B app. Effectiveness of sales execution has improved by 17% in 1 year. Sales through digital channels increased by 7x over FY20 levels. Coverage increased by 2x, and rural stockists tripled in the last 3 years. In my address last year, I had highlighted the investments in integrated consumer goods, manufacturing, and logistics facilities at strategic locations towards deriving economies of scale and scope, creating agility in market responsiveness, and optimizing logistics with delayering of operations. Recently, we commissioned our 11th ICML in Khurda, Odisha. The integrated ancillary manufacturing and logistics facilities in Pudukkottai and Kapurthala utilize robotics and automation to enable seamless market servicing and superior operational efficiencies. These ICMLs now span a built-up area of more than 6 million square feet, and together with other facilities, ship out more than 56 million packs of your company's products every day. With the view to optimizing cost and quality, your company's agri-value chains are being integrated, enabling proximal sourcing in the vicinity of the ICMLs. Your company continues to strengthen its cigarette business through fortifying product portfolio, innovation, sharpening execution capabilities, and upgrading product quality to reinforce market standing in the face of severe threats from illicit cigarette trade. It is pertinent to note that legal cigarette constitutes merely 8% of the aggregate tobacco consumption in the country. Deterrent actions from the government, coupled with relative stability in taxes, has enabled this segment to partially claw back volumes from illicit trade. Volume recovery over time will lead to buoyancy in tax revenues and growth in demand for Indian tobaccos, benefiting both the exchequer and Indian farmers. The FMCG industry offers immense opportunity for growth. The market size of FMCG segment is estimated to be upwards of rupees 21 trillion by 2030, and the addressable market of your company's carefully curated FMCG portfolio is already estimated to be about rupees 5 trillion. The multidimensional interventions of ITC Next position your company well to harness the significant market potential, attain leadership in every segment, and create growing value for all stakeholders. I would now like to turn to your company's agri-business, a pioneer in rural transformation and one of the country's largest businesses in the agri-value chain. Agriculture assumes even more significance as we envision a future with nearly 10 billion people on this planet by 2050, requiring a massive 70% increase in food production. The agri sector has the onerous task of providing food, bioenergy, and livelihood security even as climate change causes more vulnerability. Nearly half of India's workforce is dependent on this sector, which faces challenges of low productivity and incomes. Consequently, there's an urgent need for a new developmental paradigm for this sector. India is well endowed as the second largest agri producer in the world, with the largest arable land and diverse agroclimatic conditions. Yet, agriculture accounts for just 18% of GVA, with only 3% share of global trade and less than 10% share of processed produced. However, there is tremendous untapped growth potential through vertical scale-up, value addition, and higher integration to global markets with consequent large-scale rural transformation. The ITC Next strategy seeks to harness this potential and address the imperatives of fostering demand-responsive agriculture, accelerating value addition, enhancing productivity, quality, and farm incomes, strengthening competitiveness, and tackling vulnerabilities arising from climate risks. The purposeful policy thrust of the government to accelerate digital adoption in the farm sector and promote farmer-producer organizations, FPOs, are laudable steps to engender transformation in the agri sector. These far-reaching policy interventions have enabled your company to bring the power of digital revolution to farmers with FPOs as the pivot. ITC Mars, the phygital ecosystem that your company launched last year, is poised to be a game-changing catalyst to usher in next-generation agriculture. This new business model enables larger efficiencies in sourcing, higher value addition, better traceability of attribute-specific products, besides promoting sustainable agriculture.